Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and we are looking at gas today. Oh, my troubles seem so far away. Yes, it's going to be some genuinely approachable Sudoku by Clover, Sam Kappelman-Lyons, and Philip Newman, who run the daily Sudoku channel on the Discord server, where these puzzles appear once a day. The set we're doing is from March the 19th to March the 23rd, about 3 weeks ago. And I am really looking forward to giving these a go. It's a while since I did some gas, so looking forward to that. What I will do in a minute is run through the rules of all the 5 puzzles, then tackle them as quickly as I can in the hope of gaining times that earn me 2 party hats for fast speeds. And but there are other prizes available. 1 party hat for a decent time and a dinosaur if you get there in the end. So we will be doing that in a moment. I do want to thank the people who commented yesterday about the excellent puzzles in the update of especially the Killer Sudoku app. There are some very good puzzles by some incredible guest constructors in there. Really, some of the absolute cream. Do check it out if you haven't got the Killer app yet. It really is pretty special. There's some really interesting puzzles in it. Now, there's also been an update on the Thermo app, I think. So if you've got those apps, do make sure you've updated them lately. And of course, there's loads of other ways you can engage with the channel. On Patreon, we've still got a week left on our April contest, 3 times a Sudoku. Loads of correct answers still coming in. It's definitely harder than the last couple of months. And we do have a new hunt coming out soon, just for fun, by the constructor Quinlux. We are looking forward to bringing you that this month as well. So loads going on, as always, on Patreon, loads on the channel. And today, right, these 5 gas, let's have a look at the rules. So we've got multiplication by Clover. That's on the screen. In each cage, read the 2 digits in the bottom 2 cells as a 2-digit number. So down here we have 18 there. This number is the product of the 2 digits in the top 2 cells. So you can treat the X as a multiplication sign. That, I reckon, could be 2 times 9 or 3 times 6 or 9 times 2 or 6 times 3. Digits may repeat in a cage. Fine. So that is the first one. I like that style, actually. Then we have XV Arrow Sudoku by Sam, and numbers along an arrow must add up to the number in the attached circle. Numbers separated by a V must add up to 5. Numbers separated by an X must add up to 10. Not all X's and V's are necessarily given. So 2 of our more normal rules there. Then Philip's puzzle, his only puzzle in this set, dotted lines. Digits in cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Digits in cells separated by a black dot must have a ratio of 2 to 1. And there's no negative constraint, so not all dots may be given. Then we're on to Treasure Hunt by Clover. Again, normal Sudoku rules. A digit in a pink cell tells you how many of the up to 8 adjacent cells contain bigger digits than the cell itself. So if a pink cell contains a 5, like this one, exactly 5 of the surrounding cells must contain digits that are higher than 5. Which must mean there's a repeat amongst them, I would say. Anyway, then we move on to Pointing Different by Sam. Each diagonal pointed at by an arrow contains the indicated number of distinct digits. Right, what that means, well, this would be a useful one to start with, and I probably will. There are only 2 different digits on this diagonal, and they must be 2 and 1 because they're on it. So every digit on that diagonal will be 2 or 1. So on this diagonal, there will be 4 distinct digits. So that's how that works. Haven't done a puzzle like that before as far as I know, but excellent. These are the 5. I am going to try and remember to restart my clock every time so I know my time. So let's restart this puzzle and let's get cracking with multiplication. So 8 means one of these is, oh, that's a 7-8 pair to make 56. That must be the only way it can be done. 4 there means this is even and it can't be 8, 4 or 6. So that's a 2. This is I think by the laws of multiplication, this is odd. Actually, this has got to be 3 out of the available possibilities, I think. 9 would give the wrong number. So 3 times 4 is 12. I hope I haven't missed any. I don't think I have there. Oh, 70 something. That's got to be 72, being 9 times 8. That's good. Okay, so this middle box is coming together. We can't put a 5 here, because that would need a 5 in the multiplicands. So I'm going to have to put 5 here. Well, that 5 needs a 5 in its multiplicands. So that's done. The 3 in the box is there. This is 4 and 7. Well, it wouldn't make sense to put 4 on top of 7 in the multiplication sense. This is 6 or 9. It can't be 9. Oh, it can't be 6, because that would give us 0 in the product. This is now a 3-6 pair. I don't know the order. This has become a 7. 5, 3, 8, 2, 6, 4, 7. This is 1 or 9. Well, it can't be 98, so it must be 18. And that could be 9 times 2 or 6 times 3. And I don't know, so we'll come back to that. That's a naked 2. 7 and 5 there. 1, 5, 7, 2. We've got a 1. No, I don't know where that is. 4, 6. This whole box is filling itself in, which is kind. 1 goes there. That's a naked 9. It sees all the other digits. That's what I mean by naked. 2, 6 there. We get a 7 and a 3, 9 pair. Then we've got 2 and 8 over this side. But we've got 8 and 7 resolved up at the top. We've got 2 and 8 there. I've got a wire in the way of my mouse, which is annoying, but I don't want to take the time to fix that. 3, 8 there. This box, yes, a 3, 6 pair and a 4, 9 pair that I can't resolve. That gives me an 8, 1 pair over this side and a 4, 9 pair. That fixes 3 and 9. Then we get a 1 up here. This can't, it can still be either possibility. Bother. Oh, this isn't falling apart quite. Where does 6 go in this box? It goes here. So now this can't be 6, 3. It must be 9, 2, I think. That's a naked 5. So we can put in 4 and 3 and 4 in this box and finish the box. Must be able to finish these pairs now down here. They're done. We've got a 9 in the top row, 2 and 7, and we are now just going to finish off with a 2, a 9 and a 4, and that is the answer. And a time of 3 minutes 15 seconds, so no problems with that. Let's try and get this wire out of the way. I have to fasten it under my microphone. There we go. Sorry about that. So that was the first puzzle done. Let's and you know, that's a nice puzzle. There was some very much giveaway cages going on there. That digit should have been a giveaway from the 5 appearing, and that digit actually. There were things that I didn't even spot. That was a very easy pair to identify as well. So lots to get on with there. Thanks, Clover. And we'll try Sam's XV Arrow Sudoku next. So ready, set, go. V on a circle. So that's the higher number and that's the lower number. Same here. So now I've got a 3, 4 pair. Does that help? Not dramatically. So, oh no, hang on, it can't. Yeah, 3, 2, 1 or 4, 1, 3. And this is 1 or 3, but we have got the 3, 4 pair. So that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 3. This is 4, that's a 1, and that's a 3. That's a very neat beginning. Now, this has to be at least 5, 6, or 7. This can't be a 1, so it's 2, 3, or 4. That's probably not where I should have gone. Let's have a look at this. This can't be a 3. So I think it must be a 4, because it's got to be the higher digit. Yeah. 7 there. Now, this can't be a 4, 3 pair or a 1, 6 pair, intriguingly, because of the 1s here and here. So it's a 2, 5 pair. Again, I've got a V, but that's V's on different arrows. I don't quite know. Now, 10, they must be the same parity, so that's even. But can it be 6? I don't think so. I think it's going to have to be 2. Could it be 6? Actually, it could be, or it could be 8 if that was allowed to be 1, which it's not. 6 would mean this was an 8-2 pair, and yes, that is possible. 2 would mean they were 2 apart. That would make it a 6-4 pair. That's not possible because of the 4 in the column. So there we go. Come on, what else next? This can't be 4, 1, 3, or 8. Oh, this can't be. Yeah, same again. That has to be even. So now that must be a 4. And the 4 difference is between 3 and 7 to get to 10. So, what about this pair? We've got 1, 2, 5, 6, and 9. Does that have to be 1 and 5 is 6? I think it does. I've made mistakes doing that sort of thing before, but I think that's right. So 1 on the X, 9 there. It looks like it works. That's all right, I think. That's where I'll come back to if this whole puzzle fails for any reason. Now, that is on a V, and it can't be 2. Well, it could interestingly have been 2 at the start with 2 1s on the arrow, but anyway, it's now 3 or 4. Ah, this is a 1, so that's a 4. It can't be 2 2, so it's 1 3. That's now a 7, and that's a 3. Got most of these arrows done. This is either 2 7 or 4 5. What about this one? These are 1 apart from each other. And it can't be 1 2 4 3 7. So 5 6 or 8, meaning 6 7 or 9 at the bottom. Actually not that helpful. Right, I can place a 1 here and then a 7. Then I've got a 5 9 pair, which sorts out the 2 5 at the bottom. Now that can't be 5, so that's not 6. 7 2 1. Oh, it's not. The first 3 columns are not being as helpful as I would have liked. So we get a 7 in this box. 2, 8, and 9 still to place. Don't know. Ah, that's a 3 5 pair because of column 4. So this is a 6 8 pair, which are resolved. That makes that 8. Then we've got a 2 9 pair. So 5 and 9 there. That now can't be 2 7, so it's a 5 4 pair. Now this can't have a 5 and this can't have a 4. But I think it can still add up to either 8 or 9 at the top. Oh, that can't be a 7 anymore, so that's a 6. That hasn't changed whether it's 8 or 9. That's annoying. Now, this is a 2 9 pair. Don't know the order, but that fixes the circle as a 7. 3 4 8 can go in. That's fixed 5 and 3. I don't know what I just cancelled. There are 2. So I've got 5 8 9 at the top. 2 7 6 this side. Well, I know the top digit there. I don't know where to look. I mean, there's lots to do. That's naked. Okay. Oh, I keep on overwriting digits accidentally. Right, down here, 5. Yes, that's there. 8 and 9. So then I've got a 7 5 pair at the top. I've got a 6 9 pair here. None of these are getting resolved. They're all going to be resolved by that digit. Interesting. This 2 9 pair, I haven't done that. 1 4 6 at the bottom. I can do those. 7 3. Oh, that's 2 or 9, which is making a pair going north. So that's a 3 now. That's helpful. 9 there. 8 7 are a pair in the final column. 1 2 there. We'll sort out rows 2 and 3 in a moment. We'll do everything else first, I think. 2 or 9 there. 8 there. So I've got loads of 2 9 pairs going on. Right, 2 and 1. Actually, I hadn't seen the 1 3 on the arrow. They were trying to do some work and I wasn't noticing. 2 and 6 there. 9 and 6. That must be 9. 8 and 5 are actually resolved. That does 4 and 8. There's 5 and 7 are done, and then 5 and 4. So that's rows 2 and 3. Now these 2 and 9s can be finished off. Maybe they could have been before, but I got there in the end. And, oh, okay, that took me 6 minutes and 18 seconds. There's a chance that misses the 2 hats, although might have a bit of time in hand. I sometimes underestimate that time. Okay, let's have a look at the dotted lines, a sort of classic crop key puzzle. Okay, let's go. Right, that is in the middle of a triple black dot in the same box, so it's 2 or 4. Oh, but these must include 9, so that's a 9, 8, 7 set. 7, 8, 9. You have to be sure these sequences, they don't have to keep running. Once they get outside the box, they can go back the other way. So in fact, that is an 8 because it can't be a 6. So's that. 3, 6, 5, 8, 7, 9. So we get 1 and 4 in those around a 2. That is going to be 2 or 8, and it can't be 8. Same there. So we get these lovely patterns. Now, that means neither of these can be a 2. Oh, they could be 3, 6. Oh, they can't have an 8 or a 2, so they must be 3, 6. Wow, so that's a whole set of 3s and 6s. That means these can't be 3s and 6s, and they don't have an 8, so they always involve a 4 in every pair there. That is 1 or 4 in the row, so that must be 2. Oops, 2 there. So that's 1 or 4, and that's 2 since it can't be 8, and that's 1 or 4, and that's 2 since it can't be 8. Same all the way there, so a whole bunch of 1s or 4s. And in fact, they form pairs. So now I've got a 5, 7, 9 triple down here. 2 I can place there. And I can probably place the last 2 in the grid. Yes, now, what about this sequence? 2, 3, and 6 gone. It's got to be 7, 8, 9. And then we put 1, 4, 5, which couldn't have formed that sequence up here. Now, 7 or 9, that's again an 8. This is 7 or 9, and that can't be 6, so again it's an 8. So another of those, look at these 8 diagonals all over the puzzle. Now these don't have so many going on, so I might come back to that. 1, 4, 5, 2, 8, and that's a 3, 6 pair by Sudoku. That's a 7, 9 pair. Now we've got a 4 or 5 there, 1, 4 or 5 here. That's not so helpful. Ah, that sees a 7. Didn't notice that. That doesn't get much done. Right, this can't have 9, 8, 7, 2 or 3 in it. So it can't use 1, and it does use 5. And either 4 or 6. Oh, it's got to use 4 because that has to appear in the box somewhere. So 4, 5 pair there. That's 1. That's 4. This can't be 5, so 6 in the column can be placed. Then I could do 3 and 1 as well. That's going to sort out the 4, 1 pair in the middle. This is where 5 goes. Oh, and 9 and 7. Yeah, and that's done almost all of the central 3 columns. So that's not a 5. This isn't a 4. Ah, nor is it this. That's a 1. That's 4. This is now 5. That must be 4 and 1. Still can't do the 7 and 9 there. Yes, I can. I've got a 9 in row 5. So they're all done. Right, 5, 6, and 7. That has to be 6 just by Sudoku. 3 and 9. 4, 2, 3, 9, 6. Now, this has to join 5 or 7 and 4 or 5. So that has to be odd. And this is either 6 or 4 now. 6 it is, okay. That fixes the 3, 6 pair. We've got a 3 and a 5 to go in the row. 7 in box 3 and a 4, 9 pair. Oh no. Why have I written 4 or 6 in here? It's definitely a 5. That's just bad pencil marking. I hope I can ignore that. I hope nobody was trying to use that. But I think we're okay. The 1, 4 are resolved. This is a 3, 1. They're done. That is 7 or 9. So 8 in the box is fixed. How is this being slow? Because I hadn't noticed the 4 in the corner. 8, 5, 9 and 1, 5 and 7. That's the last dot done, and I think we are finished there. So luckily the bad, oh yeah, what time was it? 4 minutes 46. That's pretty quick, certainly for a Philip puzzle. Philip's often my nemesis and trips me up, but not so much today. But that was some really interesting patterns on the dots. Look at all those diagonals of 8s and 2s and 1, 4, 1, 4. Very interesting pattern. And surprisingly non-symmetrical, with suddenly the 3, 6 group breaking in down there. Very interesting. Anyway, let's go on to Clover's treasure hunt. So the digit in the pink cell tells you how many are bigger in the surrounding. It's like Minesweeper in a way. That 5 says 5 of those are bigger than the 5. Okay. Don't know how this is going to work, but let's give it a try. We need to, okay, this is exceptional because it's only got 5 digits around it, so they've all got to be bigger. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. These can't be 9 or 8, so they're 6 or 7. So that is the right place to start in this puzzle. Very confident about that. We can place 3 in box 2 and a 1, 4 pair. Just trying to do a bit more Sudoku on this now, because that's, I think, what I'm getting given. This is going to have a 7 in it, that pair of cells. Ah, it kind of ran out. That's a shame. Now, what about this? I don't know. I mean, it's obviously 1 or 3 because it sees 2, 4 and 5. Could it be 1? No, because they'd all be bigger than it would be. So it's a 3. And therefore 2 of these are less than 3. They are 2 and 1. They must be, well, they must be in that group of cells. So these aren't 2 and 1, or 3, 8, or 6. I don't know if that's not quite as helpful as I thought. What about this then? Again, it can't be 1 because that's just a nonsense. It can't be 2 because there will be more bigger. It can't be 3, so, and it can't be 5 because 3 would be smaller. So that's a 4. 1 now has to be in one of these, and 2 because otherwise that would spoil the 4. So we can place 2 and 1. This is a very interesting puzzle. I haven't done anything like this. Right, what about this, which can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4? So it's bigger than that, but it's got 2 smaller. And it can't be 6, it must be 5. Oh, it's got 3 smaller, so everything else is bigger than 5. So that is a 6, 7 pair. This pair aren't 6, so they're from 7, 8, or 9. 5 in the column must be there. That can't be 5. Now, I can't really work on that 4 yet. This can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Ah, and it can't be 5, and yet it's clearly got 4 bigger digits. So that's a 4. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, so they don't exceed that. Let's mark in the candidates for those. There seem to be 3 for that one, but 2 for most of them. Oh, this is really interesting. Oh, that has to be a 5 in the column. That's a 1, 2, 3 triple. This 5 is not being served by those, so all of these have to be bigger. So that's a 6. They're from 7, 8, 9. That could be 6 or 8 or 9. So 4 is down in one of these cells, and therefore one of these. This is such a strange puzzle. And I haven't done these. That has to be a 4, because it can't be 1, 2, 3, or 5. And this one? It's not allowed to be 1. And it can't be 5, so that's a 3. I've got 1, 8, and 9, so that's 8 or 9. Now the 4 needs another big one. It can't have the 1, right. So the 1's down there. This is a really interesting rule set. I'm so intrigued that I've never done a puzzle like this before, because I love it. It's very clever. 7 and 6 there. That can't be 7. That's 7. I mean, I don't think it stops it being genuinely approachable, but it's really interesting. 6, 7, 9, 3, 5, 4. That's a 1, 2, 8 triple. Now I've got a 1, 2, 4 triple in the row. 3, 8, 7, 6. That's 3 or no, that's a 5, right? So the rest of the digits in the row, apart from the 1, 2, 4 triple, are all done. 8. That can't be 8. So I've got a 1, 2 pair. Actually, I can fill in the 8. That's a 3. This is a 5. That's not 0. It's 1 or 2. So we've got the 4 there. I'm not rigorously checking these boxes anymore because I think they're just going to sort themselves out now. There's a 9. In fact, I think Sudoku is my friend for the rest of this puzzle. A 1, 2, 8 triple there. 4, 9, 3, 5. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's fixed 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 3, 1. That's a 7, 8, 9 triple. So that's a 4. Then in this column I've got a 6, 8, 9 triple, but that can't be 6, so we know where 6 goes. That can't be 1. In fact, at the top, the 8, 9 is resolved by the... if I could type, it's resolved. 9 there. They're not 9. Oh, I'm sorry, I've gone back to the previous puzzle. They're not... oh, I've done it again because I've hit num lock by mistake. They're not 9, so that is... 4, 9, 7, 6. So that's 8. That's 2. That's 1. Yes, I think this is all coming out. That is in fact 3. 1, 2. This is an 8. 1 pair. That's an 8, 7 pair. I will just check that 4 when I've finished. 6 and 7. That's going to sort out 9 and 7. The rest must finish by Sudoku as we've only got one box to do. 5 there. So the clock stops at 6:06. And this 4, yes, it is correctly served by 7, 7, 6 and 9. So that is the right answer. The checker won't necessarily check the, well, it won't check the extra rule set here. It will just check for clashes. And that's a very interesting puzzle. 6 minutes and 6 seconds. I'm quite happy with that time. And I'm also very interested in that rule set. I think we'll see it again at some point. Is it, I mean, maybe it's known. Maybe that's been familiar to other people, but I've not seen a treasure hunt puzzle like that. Right, we shall move on to the 5th puzzle, Pointing Different by Sam. This is not Little Killer. These show the distinct digits. Yes, that's right. Okay, so the number of distinct digits. So let's start. And I spotted this in the rule explanation. So that's a good start. Now there's another 2 there, but this time it's got either 1 or 2 and something else on it. This one has a 1 on it. This has 8 and 9 on. Right, that's good. Seems very symmetrical with the other one. In fact, I get one more digit on that with a 9 there. So there's an so here we have 1 and either 8 or 9. So that's got to be a 1 since it sees both. That is a 1 or a 9, and this is a 9 because it sees 1 and 8. That's interesting. So it's 9 and 1 on that diagonal. The 2 and 1 are resolved. So I've still got this 2 diagonal, and now we know it's 9 and 1. Right, so we can fill the whole thing in. There we go. So that's all the 2 diagonals done. Let's do some Sudoku now, I think. Oh, that's a bit worrying. I seem to want a 7 here. Oh no, I don't need a 7 there. Okay, that's fine. Right, stop panicking about spectres. Actually, I don't know what that is. Let's maybe try one of the 4 diagonals. No, I've got nothing on them. How about the 5? 9, 5 and 1 are definitely on it. I don't think that's very helpful. So I think I am going to change plan again and go back to trying to put Sudoku. Now I've got to have a 2 on this diagonal as well. If I could find one more digit, yes, 8 also has to be in one of those 2 cells. So This diagonal is made up of 2, 8, 5, 9 and 1, and I think that is going to be very significant. Look, get a 2, 5 pair, so that's a 1. This is a 5, 8 pair. Yes, 1, 2, 5, 8, 9 are the numbers in this puzzle. They form X's in boxes 1, 5 and 9. Now, how can I keep using that? I don't know. That's really weird. So there's lots of cells in this puzzle that are from 3, 4, 6 or 7. And I am going to pencil mark the blinking lot of them and see if that gives me anything else. So some of them can't be 7s. Some of them can't be 6s, although fewer. Some of them can't be 4s, but not many of those. And a few can't be 3s. And what's that given me? Not enough. There's a 7 in one of those two. Oh, okay, I'm really not attacking this in the best way. Interesting. I'm looking at the 4 diagonals. They're not very helpful in this. So, what am I meant to do? That's not a 7. Oh, I don't know. I do not know. Am I missing something just glaringly obvious here? Another very interesting puzzle type. 8 is in one of those 2 cells. Doesn't feel like it's a key deduction. I may have over pencil marked this quite badly. 4 has to be in one of those 2. Now I might be going even worse on the pencil marks. What? 9, that's there. That's all the 9's done suddenly. I didn't realise I was only 1 away from those. 8, 8, 8, 8. That's an 8. That's an 8. So that's done the 8 and the 2 in the middle. So one of these 2 is a 2. Oh, I'm going to have to use the 4 diagonals at some point, but I'm a bit scared about that part of the process. That is 5 or 6. 2 is there, so I've got these little diagonals appearing. 3, 5, 6 here. 3, 4, 5 there. Still don't want to try and use the 4 diagonals because they just seem so unhelpful. There must be a 2 in one of those 2 cells. And that is a 2, which fixes 2 and 5 down at the bottom. That's not a 5 now, so the 5 in this box is there. That fixes quite a few things in the central rows. That is a 5. They can't... Ah, that's a 4, yes. So this is now a 6, 7 pair. That's a 4. Right, that was what I wanted to get done, is finding out what was going on in the middle box. Not quite finished yet, though. Now maybe this 4. It's got a 2, a 5, a 4, and a 6 or 7 on it. Right. So everything is 2, 5, 4, 6 or 7. This one must be 4 or 5. This could be any of them, bother. This one can't be 2 or 4, so it's 5, 6 or 7. This is 4 or 6. This is 4 or 6. What about the other 4 diagonal? Not so helpful. A 5 and a 3, and the other of 6 or 7. Oh, come on. This is fooling me badly. This. Oh, no, that can't have a 3. So 3 in the column is there. They form a 4, 6, 7 triple. 6, 7, 9. We've got a 2 here. 1 is there. That's fixing 8 and 2. Thanks to the actual pencil marking from earlier, that was doable. Right, 8, 5, 4 is there. There are 6, 7 pair. Now I'm looking across the middle. Another 6, 7. That's a 5. Oh, come on, come on, keep going. Where's the next 5? There it is. 9, 5, 8, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6 and 7 to place in the column. Now, 2, 5, 5, 4. It hasn't really changed. That's 5 or 4. This sees both 6 and 7, so that's 4 or 5. So in this row, that's 2. Good Lord. Okay, that's a really complicated way of proving a 2 that was available in a much more simple method. 8 in the top row is there. That's probably the last 8 in the grid. There's a 6, 7 pair in this row. So 4, 3. That's a 6, 7 pair in the column. So 3 there. This is 4, 6 or 7. Still don't know enough. Let's try this one again. 8, 3, 5, and either 6 or 7. So that has to be a 5. That is 3, 6 or 7. But that 5 has given us a 4 and another 4. And that gives us a 4 there, which gives us 6 and 7. Maybe the 6 and 7s are getting unwound now. This has been a really interesting puzzle as well. Absolutely harder than I was expecting. Okay, let's have another look at this one. I still don't know whether it's 6 or 7. I do know they're the same. Oh, hang on, that's 7, so that's 6. So it's got to be 6 on the diagonal as well. Right, and so I needed every ounce of every diagonal to finish this puzzle. Really interesting. 8 minutes 31. I think Sam's done me there. I found that tough. That was a really interesting puzzle as well. So we finished with 2 very... Rule sets are very tricky to get your head around, is how I'd describe them. And a really interesting set of puzzles. Yeah. All my troubles seemed so far away yesterday, but gas today, and they're back. But that was fun, and I shall look forward to the next set of gas as well, because they seem to be just ramping up a bit, March 22nd and 23rd. We shall see what happens next time round. But thank you very much for joining me, as usual, on the channel, and I hope to see you again soon, be it gas or other puzzles. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.